All right, last on the docket for tonight, we have Ryan, who just last minute was able to join the lineup, and I'm so appreciative that he was willing to jump in and really create an experience for us tonight. So if y'all haven't had enough beverages in you, you might need to hit a second one or a third one right now. And even if it's extra water, just hydrate yourself for what's coming at you. So we have Ryan coming to the stage. He is an outgoing motorcycle riding, full-time, freelance photo videographer from Chicago. Please welcome to the stage, Ryan.
So I just want to take a minute and thank everybody for staying here and, coming out on a Tuesday, Wednesday, what's today? Tuesday! Coming out on Tuesday to listen to a bunch of weird motorcycle people speak about weird motorcycle things. So my name is Ryan, and I have a story to tell you. And as you can tell, it is called the Epic Scout Failure. The failure is the best part about the story. The Epic and the Scout, those can stand by themselves, but the failure, that just slaps a little bit harder. This story is a story about friends. Do you guys have friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, we like friends, don't we? This story is about motorcycles. We love motorcycles, don't we?
Yeah.
This story is about failure. Give it up for failure. Yeah! Let me introduce you to a few different people. My name is Ryan. I am a full-time photographer living here in the city. This handsome man right here with a great mustache and a fantastic hairline, his name is Dave Hanley. Give Dave a hand. And this amazing human right here, her name is Rachel. Rachel lives in Colorado. She is a professional by day and does dirty things at night. Use your imagination. That is me in the corner. That is Dave in that corner. And if you notice, we are all on custom Indian Scout motorcycles. Anybody here ride an Indian? I know you do. I know you do in the back. We got 3. Excellent.
4.
So, oh yeah, we got 4? Nice. 1, 2, little 3, 4? Dave and I are both professional creatives. We have clients across all walks of life, everything from the boring to the exciting. And Dave gives me a call and he says, I have an opportunity for us that's gonna blow your fucking mind. He says, we have an opportunity to ride motorcycles through Joshua Tree, California, sponsored by none other but Indian Motorcycle Company. I say, fuck yeah. Like, sign me up. He says it's gonna be some fucking work. You're gonna be taking photos and video and interviews and content. This is not a pleasure trip. It's a fucking work trip. I said, let's go. So we head off to Colorado to pick up our third compadre, Rachel, who had lived here in the city and dumped us and went to Colorado because she wanted to go be a bad bitch on that side of the mountains. Can't blame her. Let me tell you about some antics. Who here knows how to back up a trailer? Now, I had borrowed a trailer from a friend of mine. It was a long, black, 17-foot trailer. I had my 1994 Ford F-150 that was given to me by a dead grandfather. It was Grandpa's truck. Dave and I are headed out of Chicago. We have sun in our eyes, hope in our hearts. And you know what? Everything was great. Apparently, when it was my turn to sleep, finally, Dave decides that it's a great time to get some gas. And he decides that 90 degrees is a great angle to take around of a gas station pump. And it clips the side of a borrowed trailer. Now, let me paint the picture of this. This trailer is by the most Harley of Harley bros that you have ever seen, right? American flag, eagle on the back of this thing. And we're driving Indians. Joke's on him. We make it to Colorado. We pick up our second compadre, or third compadre, and it is the most high energy vibe that you can possibly have. We're ready. We have all of the gear. We have all of the energy. We have all of the talent. We're all very skilled riders. Dave's been riding, fixed his bikes. Rachel's a badass. I'm also a track guy. It seems like nothing can go wrong. And you know what? Nothing really did. We had a plan. The plan was to, instead of going all the way through the dangerous Rocky Mountains in a, I guess you could call it, heavily loaded F-150, we decided to take the southern route. It's beautiful. Now, I had been in this part of the country before. I have family in Arizona. It's a beautiful, beautiful part of the country. And what better, knowing that we were about to tear ass through very similar terrain. Rachel, she's not as much as a large vehicle driver, so Dave and I are doing most of the driving. She's doing most of the music, most of the conversation. You think I'm chatty? Talk to her at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. Now, we're all really pulling our weight. The most important thing is that we're taking our time. We have all the time in the world. There's no rush to get there. We're actually ahead of schedule because we originally it was just supposed to be Dave and I. We got a third, so we were able to take shifts while sleeping. We encountered snow, made it through just fine. Couple brake checks here and there, you know, got a little tight butthole moment. And this is the longest that I had ever driven across the country. Man, that 4-gear automatic transmission on that F-150 was screaming. It was really pulling its weight. We cross Arizona, we cross into New Mexico. We see glory on the horizon. We can almost smell victory. We get out of the mountains. It had been snowing pretty tough. Very uncomfortable. You know, the last thing I ever wanted to do was get hurt my friends. The reason why I had the pickup truck is there was a tragedy in my family. So I received this pickup truck because of that.
"500 miles through the high desert of New Mexico with bikes in tow. About 7 miles north of Santa Fe enters our newest trip character, a very blonde, very cute 18-year-old texting driver. Let's call her Cassandra. Cassandra in a black Volkswagen, like a moth to a flame, found our trailer packed with 3 pristine Indian Scout motorcycles, undeniably irresistible. Acting on her natural moth attraction, smashes into our rig, sending our F-150 pickup truck, our rented trailer, and the team into a very impressive multi-lane jackknife, followed by a high-speed tailspin off the road, down a 10-foot embankment which included a Shaun White-esque triple roll over and an extra 180-degree flip for good measure, ending our epic scout adventure in a heartbreakingly quick instant. Let me share how it sounded. We are lucky to be here to tell the story. Now, as they were hanging upside down inside the wrecked, overturned truck trailer, the first thing that Ryan thinks is that he killed his friends. After what was realistically only seconds, both Rachel and Dave both answer that they are okay. All 3 then exit the vehicle through the skyward-facing passenger doors. While still dazed and confused, the only thing that Ryan can think to do is grab his camera, and this is what he saw.
You ready for the money shot?
Do it.
There it is. Surprisingly, the bikes were not as totally fucked as you would think they would be. They were collectively pretty bad, general damage all around. But surprisingly enough, I guess when you tumble that fast, it rotates around the bikes versus actually impacting it. I don't know, I'm not a fucking scientist. All I know is it really was a fucking terrifying experience. The fuck are we doing now? Here we are, we're stranded on the fucking side of the road, we're alive. Our shit is everywhere. We see the paramedics come. They send a coroner van. Very ominous fucking feeling. The paramedics, the firemen, police officers, very helpful. They turn to Dave. They say, you made it. He's like, sure fucking did. He says, whose truck is this? Dave points at me. The paramedic looks at me stone cold fucking eyes and says, we lost a good goddamn truck today. So now we gotta figure out what the hell we're doing. All of our shit, everything that we needed, everything that we had is either in some police van, some RV, or some impound lot. So we luckily decided to stay in Santa Fe for the night at even the modest of locations. We have I believe we had spaghetti or pizza.
Worst pizza.
Worst pizza ever. It's the worst fucking pizza ever. We get old-fashioned fucking truck, like that deep feeling of it. We make our insurance calls. Our insurance companies reassure us that we are completely fucked. And you know what? We gotta get home. Somehow. We call every rental company in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Goose eggs. No help. Luckily, by the grace of Jeebus, we find a 12-person passenger van by the local Methodist church. I was wearing this shirt too, they love that one. It seems like we're on our way home. We're alive. We told our friends, we told our family. Dave had to make the very awkward phone call or email. The first piece of content that we send Indian corporate is pictures of our flipped fucking van. God, I wish I was on that fucking call. We're on our way home. I'm doing most of the driving. Dave's pretty banged up from the drive, or from the impact. Rachel's pretty banged up as well. I decide that I'm going to drive through all of these Colorado mountain passes. If anybody's driven in Colorado, they are fucking fast. They know the turns, they know the speed, they know the hits. These guys are smoking me. I'm just back in the fucking conga line all the way up these mountain passes, and I just don't care. We drop Rachel off in Colorado. We give hugs and kisses goodbye. Dave and I go to a FedEx. We ship, 100 pounds of tools, important things back to Chicago. Costs us a fucking fortune. And our plan is to fly back home, right? Like, we're not gonna drive. I mean, we could drive, but the van, it was lucky enough that they had connections in Colorado. And for the first time, once we sat on the airplane, I finally felt at peace. And it was the most it was the most beautiful sound I've ever heard in my entire life.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard Flying 264. We will be in the air approximately 2 hours.
We fucking made it. We didn't die.
Yeah.
And it's taught me a lot about myself. It's taught me that I am not made of steel. I'm made of fragile meat and bone. And that at any point in time, this shit could be over. If I didn't always wear a helmet, I always wear one now. I check my blind spot. I look at things differently. I feel different after this because I know what could have happened if anything else. But the fact that we walked away, we turned down medical treatment. It's amazing. Dave and I have become best friends, colleagues, brothers, if you will. We now travel and work together. He now has a beautiful replacement of his Indian. I almost had a carbon copy, identical, which now, I don't know where, like the tall guy in the bathroom and I swapped bikes. God, I fucking love bikes. Well, anyways, that is the story of our epic scout failure. Thank you for listening to me while I ramble. Good night, everyone.
Well, hot damn, huh? That was the loss of a good truck.
It was a Triton V8. It was solid.
That is a solid truck. I know nothing of what you just said to me. That's amazing. But yeah, I mean, you don't know what's going to come at you, right? You can be as geared up or prepared as you want to be, but still life's going to throw life at you. So you just got to take it as it comes. I'm glad you guys are okay. I'd heard about this trip before. This is a fucking fantastic story in all shapes, ways, and forms. And glad you guys are still out riding. not deterred at all, and here to tell the tale. So thank you so much for telling the story, Ryan. That was epic in itself.